You know, I wonder if I will ever look back at my videos and somebody will ask me, it's like, what were you up to during the 2020 global pandemic? And I'd be like, I was shooting wine videos.
Welcome back, wine lovers. Just like this, we're on episode 2 or on video 2 of this channel called My Wine Diary. My name is Dasha and it's Easter Sunday here today. It's such a beautiful day outside. I live in Florida, so we have a beautiful weather outside. And my Easter drink of choice today is this beautiful Sauvignon Blanc from Bordeaux. I'll show you the bottle real quick. I haven't tasted it yet, so I'll do it with you, but let me show you the bottle first. So hopefully you can see the bottle pretty well. This is one of my favorite Sauvignon Blancs actually. I don't drink white wine too often, but this one I really like. So fun fact about this one, you know, right when I started learning about wines, I actually thought that Bordeaux is only red wine. I actually thought it was a style of wine, not so much the region that it's from. So I thought Bordeaux wines were only red. And here I am, I'm in Trader Joe's, that was like a year ago I think, and I see this Bordeaux, and as you can see, it says Bordeaux on it, and it's white wine. So Bordeaux is just a place, it's a region of France, and they produce all sorts of wine apparently, and Sauvignon Blanc is another one of those wines that they produce. So it's not just red wine, Bordeaux can be white. Another interesting thing about Sauvignon Blanc is actually that you can pronounce it 2 different ways. I prefer the French way. I've studied French for a little while, so I like to give them the due respect and due diligence when I have to and when I get to. So the French pronounce it Sauvignon Blanc. They actually leave out the K or the C at the end. It's silent in this particular word. Now there's also an English way of pronouncing it, and that is Sauvignon Blanc. So you can say a K at the end, that's fine as well. So just for the sake of consistency in this video, I'll continue to call it Sauvignon Blanc. So without the C or without the K. So let's go ahead and taste this one. The one thing I want to point out, and I'll shoot a separate video about this as well, but white wines, unlike red wines, with age actually become darker. So once you see a white wine that's really light in color, it probably means that it's a newer wine. As to prove my point here, let's once again look at the bottle, and you will see that it's a 2019 or 2018 Sauvignon Blanc. So as I said, the color is very light on this one, and that indicates the young age of this wine. So let's look at the glass. It's a beautiful, very crisp and fresh style of wine. I really like it. Sauvignon Blanc is also on the drier side of white wines, so I try to stick to drier wines in general, either it's red or white. So this is one of my favorite ones. So let's taste it. First we sniff. First we swirl, then we sniff. It smells very crisp, actually a little bit fruity too. So give it a first taste. It immediately gives you that little bite on the back of your jaw. So it is definitely a younger wine. You can tell by taste of it as well. I bet you I could blind taste this one actually. It's so easy to recognize for me. But the younger Sauvignon Blancs or the younger white wines, for the most part, taste a little fruitier. So you will taste more like lemon and lime in them. So they taste a little more acidic, a little more citrusy. And once they age, not only that they change their color towards darker color, they also become a little sweeter or a little more dense in their taste. So they will taste more like peach, for instance. So you will see a little bit more of like a complex, sweeter taste to them. So as you can tell by the title of this video, today's topic is 5 reasons why wine is good for you. I can name more than 5. I mean, let's be honest, I love wine. For me, wine makes you happy, wine is good for you. But I decided to do a little bit of a research and find out why scientifically wine is actually good for you. So my point number one for today is your heart health. Now, this is kind of an expected one, I think. And they mostly relate heart health and red wine together, so they marry the two. And it has to do with the tannins in the red wine or the color of the grapes and the skins of those grapes as well. But the studies show that a glass of red wine a day can actually improve your heart health and can reduce the probability or the risk of having a heart disease by 50% or up to 50%. So not too shabby, I think, pretty good. Yet another reason for me to have a glass of wine. Although I'm drinking white today, but still, it's good for you. And it's also known that wine warms you up, so technically it allows our blood vessels to dilate and allows that warm blood to flush closer to the skin and give us that nice blush that we have. So wine is good for your heart. Drink it. So reason number 2 is actually your shape. There are some other studies, you will see I'm mentioning a lot of studies with unknown origin of them, but there are some studies that actually have shown that moderate wine drinkers actually have lower body mass or lower body weight than the ones who don't drink any wine at all or only drink it occasionally. So this is quite interesting, I think. So a moderate wine drinker on average has a more narrow waist or narrower waist, and he or she has less belly fat as well. I find it quite interesting. I'm not quite sure how related the two are or if it's true or not, but I'll again just stick with this one and believe it just because it validates me again, it justifies me drinking wine. So I think I'll stick to this reason as well. Another thing, the one that I do know that I knew before I even did my research, is that alcohol in wine actually allows your body to burn calories for like up to 90 minutes more after you drink it. So it increases your calorie burning. That I've heard before. Either it's proved or not. That's a fact, people, that's a fact. So point number 3 might be my favorite or may not, I don't know, but it's your sex life. So according to the internet, women who drink 2 glasses of wine a day actually have more pleasure during their sexual activities than women who don't drink any wine at all. Wine, according to the internet, again, is one of those aphrodisiacs that just increases your sexual activity and sexual desires. So I don't know if this third reason is not enough for you to start drinking wine like immediately. I don't know what other points I can bring here to actually make you believe that. But on top of that, I also read that men who drink a bottle of wine a week have an increased sperm amount. That's a crazy thought too. I have no idea if it's proven, if it's scientifically correct or not. But yes, the internet states that men who drink a bottle of wine a week has an increased number of sperm. So,
Yay!
So my point number 4 are antioxidants. That's something that's expected to be heard as well. So antioxidants is something that you hear quite a lot when you just search why wine is good for you. So antioxidants are those substances that help us break oxidizing agents in our body or in living organisms. So those are good for us as proven, and antioxidants actually found mostly in red wines. They are in tannins or its skins of the grapes. So red wine is the one that has a lot of antioxidants. And again, as of advantages of having antioxidants, and a lot of them, is the decreased risk of heart diseases. It's your lower blood pressure, and I think it also helps our blood vessels to dilate again, so it helps the blood flow in our body. So antioxidants are good for you. They are found in the skins of the grape, as I said, and a fun fact here is that Pinot Noir has actually the highest concentration of antioxidants in its skin. So your wine experts and some of the medical specialists who know something about wine or who did some research say that Pinot Noir is actually the healthiest of the healthy wines. So good news for you, Pinot drinkers. Drink it up.
I am like legit warm here. I don't know if it's the wine or if it's my hair down or just the warm day. I'm kind of hot.
So my point number 5 and the final point is actually the most obvious one for me, and that is your own happiness. Wine makes me so happy every time I drink it, and I was always wondering if it's something chemically related or chemically, had to do with wine, or is it just me being so happy about drinking wine in general? So chemically speaking, alcohol in wine actually does release certain neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, or opioid peptides that actually create those feelings of euphoria and well-being in our body. So it is clinically proven that wine makes you happy. But funny enough, the credit here actually goes back to the antioxidant compound that is found in the skin of the grapes. So it's called resveratrol, and that's the antioxidant that's found in the skin of the red grapes or skins of the red grapes that are produced to make red wine. So that's that antioxidant that releases all of the neurotransmitters into our brain and creates the feeling of euphoria. So it is proven, people, wine does make you happy. And here we go. We've got the 5 reasons that I've collected together to prove to you that wine does make you happy. Some of them were studies, some of them were just internet facts, some of them were my additions. Whatever they are, those are 5 things or 5 reasons why wine makes you happy. If you have any other reasons why wine makes you happy, I would like to know them. So please leave a comment down below and let me know what your reasons are. We don't have to have a reason to drink wine, but to name those few blessings or few reasons why wine does make you happier, why not? Let's share them with each other and find out what those reasons are. As always, I welcome you to subscribe to this channel. It's still pretty new. I am planning on issuing videos here every single week, so be on the lookout for that. Hit on that subscribe button and make sure to turn on your notification bell as well. This is it for today. I hope that you all stay well and healthy. And until next time, cheers.